Good evening, everyone. This is Manas Patnaik, your friend and tutor. And in today's video, we are going to discuss a very important problem from diagonal scales. The entire demonstration will be done using AutoCAD. So yes, stay with me right till the end. Here we go. So there is a map. The dimensions are 80 centimeter by 100 centimeter. It actually represents an area of 2000 square kilometers. Okay, if you just do this multiplication, it's 8000 centimeter square. On the map, on a drawing sheet, it actually represents an area of 2000 square kilometers. You need to construct a diagonal scale to measure kilometers, hectometers, and decameters. Find its RF and indicate on this scale a distance of 6 kilometer, 5 hectometer, and 7 decameter. And by the way, you need to know how much is a kilometer equal to in terms of hectometer, how much is a hectometer equivalent to in terms of decameter. Don't worry, I'll discuss all of these things. You need to take the maximum length of the scale as, the maximum length that the scale can measure as 8 kilometers. Wonderful. I have made a small presentation. Let's switch to that first. And then once we have the value of RF, once we have length of scale, we can go ahead and do this entire construction. Here we go. Let us start with the presentation. Where is it? Here. Let's start. So the data which we have been given is this 8000 centimeter square, which is the actual, no, 1 sec, 8000 centimeter square. That is the drawing area. It is equivalent to, or it represents an actual area of 2000 kilometer square. Wonderful. We have been given that the maximum length which the scale can measure is equivalent to 8 kilometers. Okay. The first thing is to calculate RF. So whenever you have been given this area relationship, use this formula for a representative fraction. Area in drawing, actual area. Just plug in the values. If you watch, 2000 multiplied by 4 will get you 8000. So 4 centimeter divided by 1 kilometer. Once you have this under root, okay, 4 centimeter square by 1 kilometer square. So 4 centimeter square will become 2 centimeter, and 1 kilometer square is obviously 1 kilometer. Now you need to convert this kilometers into meters. So here it is. 1 kilometer is 1000 meter and 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Just do the math. Centimeter and centimeter will cancel out. 2 times of 50, 50 into 3 zeros. Here it is. Representative fraction. That is the first thing. Secondly, what we need to do is we need to find the length of scale. The scale that you are going to construct. Some of you may be constructing manually on a drawing sheet. Some of you may be using AutoCAD. Okay, in both the cases, length of scale will remain same and can be calculated using this formula. RF 1 by 50,000. Maximum length is given. Convert kilometers into centimeters straight away. So 1000 and 100. Here it is. 1000 meter. 1 meter is 100 centimeter. You simply need to do this math. It's very simple. It is going to be equivalent to 16 centimeter. So what is going to be our strategy? Our strategy is very simple. Let me just brief you on this. Number one, 1 kilometer is equivalent to 10 hectometers. Then 1 hectometer is equivalent to 10 decameters. And by the way, a hectometer is basically 0.1 of a kilometer, and a decameter is basically 0.01 of a kilometer, or you can also say a decameter. Simple. 1 decameter is equivalent to 0.1 hectometer. Please note all of these things down, right? So we have been given that the maximum length that the scale can measure is 8 kilometer. If you go for 8 parts, if you divide it into 8 parts, each part is going to represent 1 kilometer. That's the first thing. Now we shall talk about this 1 kilometer. 1 kilometer is 10 hectometer. So go for 10 parts. The moment you divide it into 10 parts, each part will represent 1 hectometer. Similarly, 1 hectometer is equivalent to 10 decameter. So when 10 decameters is divided into 10 parts, 1 hectometer is equivalent to 10 decameters. So when it is divided into 10 parts, each part is going to represent 1 decameter. So that is the beauty. Okay, so far so good. I think we can straight away move to the AutoCAD's environment and let us finish this once and for all. Here we go. What is the length of scale? I forgot. One sec. What was the length of scale? 16 on your drawing sheet, but in reality it represents a distance of 8 kilometers. 8 kilometers. 16 centimeter on drawing sheet is 8 kilometer in real. For a diagonal scale, we are going to start by creating a rectangle, the length of which is 16 centimeters. The height, I would suggest you all to go for 5 centimeters. So 16 by 5 is the dimension of the rectangle. REC, hit enter. Specify first corner. Let's say this is our first corner. Go for a dimension D. Hit D, hit enter. Just provide the dimension. Length is 16, enter. Height is 5, enter. So there you go. This is the rectangle. And please note, just type in units, hit enter, check what the unit is. It is centimeters. If it is not, go for centimeters. That would be my suggestion because I am following it, right? So let's hope that all of us are on the same page. So far so good. Again, I would suggest you, since this is a single entity, you can convert this into individual entities, 4 lines basically, okay, mutually perpendicular. So if you have already clicked on it, just hit X, enter, and then you can see these are individual entities. No issues. Now, as we have decided that this over here is representing a distance of, let me just show this to you, Daimlin, and this is actually 16 centimeters, okay, but in reality this is equal to 8 kilometer, isn't it? So if you divide this into 8 equal parts, each part will represent a length of 1 kilometer. That is what we'll do. So let's start with array command. ARR, here it is. ARR, yeah, select the object. You can go for offset also. Offset at regular intervals of how much? 2 centimeters. Just a sec. By the way, this is real oblique 16 centimeter on DRG. Let me have this clarity. You can go for offset command also. Let me show this to you. O for shortcut, enter, offset distance. So this is, how many parts do you want? Sir, we want 8 parts. So 16 centimeter on your drawing sheet divided by 8. That means 8, 2 is 16. 2 centimeters. Okay. So offset distance is 2 centimeters. 2, enter. This is the object you wish to offset this way. Then click again, click to the right, click again, click to the right. This is one way. Or what you can do, you can simply use ARRAY. Again, select the object, enter, rectangular, and how many columns do you want? Sir, we want as many as 8 columns. How many rows? Sir, we just want 1 row. Okay, what is the distance between these columns? These columns, sir, the distance has to be 2 centimeters, and hit enter, and there you have it. Close array, and you can also click selected, hit X, enter. Individual entities. Wonderful. So this is done. I think it would be better if I can just start the numbering process. At the end of first division, we start with 0, then 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One more thing, to the right of 0, we actually mark the biggest unit, that is kilometer. Then to the left is hectometer, and over here we'll have decameters. All of these things can be done. Now let me remove this. Okay, and one thing, right now my scale can represent a distance of 1 kilometer accurately, right? Or in multiples of 1 kilometer. Yes, it can mark 5 kilometers or 6 kilometers, but can it go for 6.1 kilometers? Can it go for 6.23 kilometers? No. We'll get to that. Okay, here we go. So use the offset command, O, enter. Offset distance, let us take it as 0.5. Click offset, click, offset, click, offset, click, offset, and even here also click, offset, click, 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 and there you go. Now you've got to start from over here. Okay, let's just do it. So by the way, m text, enter. Let's start from over here, and okay, right, let's say this is 0.5. The spacing between the lines is the height of the character. So this is going to be equal to 0. 1 should fall exactly below this line. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. I think we are done. Okay, so far so good. Now to the right of 0, all of these markings represent kilometers. Okay, so m text again. Over here I am going to go for, this is, let us make it as 0.5, enter, km. Wonderful. Now I'm going to copy this. I'm going to give the RF also. RF is equal to 1:5, 1, 2, 3, 4. And let me click on it and drag the slider to the right so that it fits in one single line. Wonderful. Then thirdly, this is for hectometers. HM. Done. And by the way, over here you are going to have the smallest unit, that is DAM. Okay, and one more thing, you need to rotate this. Just click on it, right click, one sec, quick properties, change this rotation from 0 to 90 degrees, hit enter. Right, so this is how you need to move. Click on move, select this as the base point, try to place it center vertical. There you go. In fact, this over here, let me just give you 5 and then 10. We're just making copies. This over here will be equivalent to 10 hectometers. This is going to be equivalent to 5 hectometers. How and why? You will get your answers. Don't worry one bit. Now, this basically is the location for 0. So let me just put a 0 over here. Here it is. If this is 0, this is going to be somewhere here. It is going to be 5 decameters. Just hear me out. Okay. And somewhere here, right at the extreme top, this is going to be 10 decameters. Okay, you can slide it inside. Okay, so far so good. Now this is not at the center. I can, okay, leave it. Now what? Now what we'll do is, you please note this. This is 1 kilometer. This is 1 kilometers. 1 kilometer is equal to 10 hectometer. So if you want to see a division of 1 hectometer, you have to divide this portion into 10 equal parts, and that division will be carried out here. Okay, so let me shift the drawing slightly downward so that I can make space for construction. Okay, as usual, this portion over here has to be divided into 10 equal parts. Click L for line and then keep the angle as small as possible. I would suggest you to go for 5 centimeters, by the way. whatever dimension I say, it is in centimeters by default. Hit enter. Okay, and now let's begin our process. If it is 5 centimeters, at equal intervals of 0.5 centimeter, you can make these points. Okay, if you are doing it manually. However, if you are doing this on AutoCAD, use the divide command, div, enter. This is the object we wish to divide. To click on it. How many segments, sir? We need as many as 10 segments. Click again. Can you see the division? Yes, sir, we can see the grips. But if you hit escape, now you cannot see those points. So the problem is the representation of points. So just type in P type. Okay. Enter. This is the point style. Now I'm going to change it to this and hit enter. Now these points are visible. Okay, so connect this last point with the end point. All right, if you're doing it manually, keep your drafters over here, tighten the screw, and then keep on moving it from one point to the other until you reach here. Okay, and then when you reach here, that means you have done how many divisions? You have done as many as 10 divisions. So this is going to be wonderful. I want all of you to keep watching this. Here we go. So let me select this. Let me make a copy. Copy. We have to go for base point. This is our base point. Click. Enjoy the clicking. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. And you can see all the points have been exhausted. Now, we are going to use the trim command. TR is the shortcut. Enter, enter. Click and release. Drag your mouse to the left. Click again. Click and release. Drag your mouse to the bottom. And here we go. These lines, let me select them in one go. And let me delete them. This is what we've achieved. Now, in the next step, I'm going to make the diagonal. Okay. And let me just show this to you. I'll show you 1 hectometer distance, right? 1/10 of a kilometer. Start from here. You do it. Now, this over here is 1 hectometer, by the way. Now, you can click on this, go for the copy command. This is the base point. You can make multiple copies. Or you can also go for the array command. Let me demonstrate using array command. ARRAY, enter. Select the object. That is going to be my object. Enter again. Rectangular, yes. And right now, what I need is columns. How many? Sir, I need 10. How many rows? Sir, I need 1. And you know what? One thing that you observe, we need the arrays, rectangular arrays to the left. It is giving me to the right. So instead of having the distance between columns as positive, let us take it as negative, minus. But what is the spacing going to be? Sir, we know that this is 2 centimeters. 16 centimeter was original. Okay, so each of this block is 2 centimeters. So 2 centimeter divided by 10 will give you 0.2. 0.2 and then enter, and you'll see all of these rectangular arrays will shift automatically to the left. Wonderful. Hit enter again and you are out of the array command. Okay, now what we can do is we can simply click on this, hit X, enter, and all of these have been converted to their individual line elements. Wonderful. In the same fashion, we can use the array command again. This, by the way, has already been taken as 5 centimeters. So at a height of 0.5, make a point. At a height of 0.5, make a point. Keep on making points. And then through those points, you can draw horizontal lines. This is for people who are doing it manually. However, I wish to unleash your AutoCAD skills. So we are going to use array, enter, and this is the object. We need to array in this fashion. Okay, vertically in the top direction. Hit enter again, rectangular, hit enter again. And now what we need is a good number of rows. How many? 10. And the distance between them is going to be 0.5. 0.5. And the number of columns are going to be equal to 1 single column. And hit enter. Think about it, what I just did. Take a screenshot and even think about it. Close array. This is what you do. Hit X for explode enter. So your scale is almost done. If you want to do some refinements, you may in the form of selecting these lines. Since this is the outline of the scale, you can change the color to cyan, and you can increase the thickness to, let's say, 0.3. Wonderful. Make sure here this is turned on. Okay, activated. Right? Okay, so far so good. Now what we'll do is we can represent these horizontal lines, red color, yeah, and then we can also represent this all of these vertical lines through a different color. Let's say we can go for yellow. What about these? Which color are you going to choose? Orange. Okay, yeah. So I mean, this concludes our entire construction. You can also, since these are construction lines, guidelines basically for writing the stuff, you can decrease their transparency, to be honest. Okay. Okay, I already selected a layer, and please, I would really suggest all of you to watch my video on layers, how layers can be created. This is the construction line, so see, the transparency has increased, right? So I mean, your work can be made very easy when you are working with layers. In fact, I already had this solid thick W. I could have just selected all of these lines and then changed its layer, right? That would have also been the case. Is there anything remaining? Yes, sir. You need to represent on this scale a distance of 6 kilometer, 5 hectometer and 7 decameter. Okay, so this can be done. This is 6 to the right of 0. 6 kilometer, 5 hectometer, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hectometer, and 7 decameter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So dim linear, enter, click. Where is 6? Here it is. So you can do the dimensioning above, or you can do it simply here. Let me do it here. You can also, you have the option of not putting these arrows. You can simply make a point, write A over here, and you can simply make a point again, write B. This, by the way, since we are in the AutoCAD's environment, this is counting it in centimeters. However, we know that this is representing 6 kilometer, 5 hectometer, and 7 decameters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was it 7 decameters? Did I do wrong something? One sec. Dim linear, 5. One sec. Dim len. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. You simply double click on this dimension and you start writing 5 kilometer, comma 6. Was it 6? No, 6 kilometer. 6 kilometer, comma 5 HM and 7 dam. So this finishes our questioning. In fact, if you wish to write this in kilometers, this is 6.57 kilometers. Think about it again. Okay, right? All right, so students, that was all from my side for the day. If you have got any doubt or queries, do write them down in the comment section below. And if you really believe that this kind of content has added value to your knowledge of engineering drawing, and then do like the video and do share it with all your classmates, and do subscribe to my channel. This is Manas Patnaik signing off. Take care and have a nice day.